At Delphian, part of our philosophy of education is that any student can learn anything. That's a pretty fundamental idea that changes how you do education. If you think about every student as any student can learn anything, then as a teacher, it's over to you to figure out how to get that student to learn anything. I've been working at the Delphian School for over 20 years. I'm the senior technology educator. My job is to help students understand about technology all the way from the lowest levels, where they're just learning about things like how to use a mouse or hold a mouse, all the way up through high school level, where they're starting to learn college level computer science. Kids have a great time in my class. I try to give them things that they can do, that they are capable of doing, and then push them a little bit further past that, and then just keep that continually happening. It's not something like, oh, I've got to learn this, or this is hard. It's just a continual realization that learning these new skills in the computer is actually something that you can enjoy. In my classes, every student is worked with individually at their skill level, at their level of understanding, because what I'm trying to do is communicate the things that I want them to understand in a way that for them, it's individually, relevant to them and it's real to them. A student from one background might have a totally different set of things that are real to them and understandable than another student from a totally different background. Every student is working on their own project with their own goals, with their own end product that they're trying to get, and they're all working individually. And the nice thing about that is that when you have students all working on their own individual projects, they want to show each other their projects. And so it just creates this great collaborative learning environment where everybody's learning things that they're interested in. They have a reason that they're trying to learn it. And when you have a reason for what you're trying to learn, that's when learning becomes fun. If they have their own reason for learning what they're learning, they will push for it and they will strive to learn it, and they will internalize any concept that they pick up, and they'll find ways to put it to use in any part of their life, not just in the classroom. Having that purpose is vital, it's key. If a student doesn't have a use for information, doesn't have a purpose for using it, it's not going to stick around. It's not going to be something that they own for themselves. There's an idea we have here that a student can own their education. That really means that the education that they're trying to get is theirs. They're not doing it for their parents. They're not doing it because they've been told they have to learn this. They're doing it because this is something for them is personally interesting and valuable for them to invest their time and effort into. As a teacher, I will often, help a student understand a concept, but it's not my job to have them decide what they want to decide about that piece of information. That's over to the student. I will try as much as possible to give them enough context so that they can understand why is this piece of information valuable, and that's on me to help them get that context, but they have to make the decision of whether it's important to them. The end result is that it just becomes part of this stable foundation of who you are as a person and the knowledge that you have, and you may take it into totally different new directions and add to it or change it, and it just becomes part of who you are.